All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new episode. And this week we're going to talk about finding your confidence. And we're actually going to talk about the story of me finding my confidence, if my tongue would stop being so lazy, in being a rapper. Yes, people. I'm the artist formerly known as Tommy Danger, the Now and Later Man. So without going into the backstory of the whole Now Later Man concept and all that good stuff, we're just going to talk about the confidence that you must have to be in front of a crowd and to control a crowd. There were many a days when I had the opportunity to perform at open mics in different venues, to get my music out there. And the condition of the audio was always uncertain. You didn't know what the microphones are going to be like. You never knew what the crowd was going to be like. You know, everything was just an uncertainty. But you knew, or I knew, when I went into that room or in that space, that I had to take control of something. And every time before I hit the stage, my heart pounds like it's about to burst out of my chest, right? But you wouldn't really see that too much. I would sort of pace back and forth before I got ready to hit the stage. Sometimes I would, just sip a beverage of choice just to bring my nerves down just a notch before I hit the stage. I'm not recommending that. I would always rehearse, the day before, days before, get my routine down pat, because the last thing you want to do is get up there and choke. Because when you choke in front of the crowd, they're not usually empathetic in the sense like, oh, come on, you can do it. It's all like, oh, get off the stage. You suck. Boo. We don't want to see you. We don't want to hear you. That's usually what goes on. So in order to prevent that from happening, you must exude confidence. If you heard the term fake it till you make it, well, this is where it comes from. If you look at the average rap artist, even when they suck, all of them think that they're the best. You can never tell them that, oh, your lyrics is whack, or your song is whack, or your stage presence is whack, because the first thing they're going to say back to you is, you're bugging. I'm the nicest. I'm nice, right? Fake it till you make it. Somewhere in your mind and in your body, you have to believe in you before anyone else does. Right? So when you talk about where does that confidence come from, it comes from within you. You have to keep saying it to yourself until you actually believe it. Now, before I would get on stage, I can't remember if I ever thought about or visualized like getting busy with the crowd or tearing down the stage or doing, like, I never really thought about that. I just would always think like, I don't want to get up here and look like a fool, so I'm going to have to look as cool as possible and keep my voice as strong as possible. Because if I did those two things, I could hold your attention span just for a little while, just enough to keep you going. And it would go a little something like this. Coming to the stage from Harlem, New York, we have Tommy Danger, a.k.a. the Now and Later Man, right? So when you walk out, it's crickets. There's no like round of applause except for like the two guests that you bring with you, and they're like, "Ooh!" You hear that little soft clap, like Grayson, "Ooh!" Like, yeah. So I sort of focus my attention on that one sound of encouragement that I have within the crowd, and I focus on that. And I would always just talk to people. How's everybody feeling? Right? Sort of like a dry comedian. How y'all feeling tonight? Everybody good? You're like one or two people answer you and everybody else is looking at you like you crazy. But when that beat drop and it's that hard drum and that heavy bass that make your neck just snap back and forth, that's where I want to catch you. And once I see it start to spread, when I see a couple people bobbing their head or me making eye contact with those people, now I know I got a few people in the crowd. And it actually becomes contagious, right? Because people naturally follow other people. So if they see 2 or 3 people clapping their hands or bopping their head back and forth or tapping their feet, guess what's going to happen? You're going to see 2 or 3 more. They're going to start doing the same thing, right? And once it start spreading throughout the crowd like that, then you have to say something to make them feel as if they're a part of it. When I say Tommy, you say danger. Tommy, right? And that's the way the crowd would be going back and forth. And then before you know it, your set is almost up and people are like giving you applause and they're clapping. And they're glad that you got up there on the stage and you did something, whether or not they've ever heard of you. But it's because you have to exude that confidence. I had to hit that stage and let people know that even if I was afraid, you couldn't tell that I was afraid because I kept that in my back pocket. I used my voice to change that fear into power. And we've spoke about that before. Right? Most people, when they get up in front of the crowd, they're so focused on messing up that they're trembling and they're shaking. And it's just like, take a deep breath and go. Now, some people may be sitting at home or at work, whatever, saying, Tommy, easier said than done. This is what you do. You've done it for a long time. You were a rapper, for Christ's sakes. So now you want to tell us that anybody can do it. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. You set your time limit. You always got to practice. Practice. Stand in front of the mirror. Rehearse to yourself. Right? Get comfortable with your style, your tone, your pitch, your voice, your body language. Right? Because people basically feed off of your energy. And that's all that public speaking is. And that's all that confidence really is. It's an exchange of energy. If people sense that you're scared, they're going to treat you like the prey. They're going to eat you alive. Right? But if you let them know that you're the predator, it's reverse. Wow, look at this guy. He's the lion. Rawr. Right? And I want you to try that. I want you to fake it till you make it. I want you to practice. It's even with doing a podcast and sometimes interviewing people. You can have a general conversation with people sometimes, but then it's just something about that record button. When you press the record button, whether it be for audio or video, there's something that just within people, it's like I'm on stage, people are listening, people are watching, in which it puts them in a particular frame of mind, which is a good thing. You just got to learn how to transfer that energy from nervousness into confidence, from nervousness into confidence. And once you embrace your confidence, the rest is easy. I want you to try it and let me know. And as always, don't forget, we're on several platforms. We're on Spreaker, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play, and a bunch of other platforms that I can't recall right now. If there's a particular subject or person that you'd like for us to interview, please leave it in the comments. And as always, you've been listening to Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.